Yo, what's up everyone? Today's video topic is becoming supplement savvy, learning how to determine whether you should buy and use a supplement. For those that don't know, I have over 12 years experience working in the supplement industry, so I can offer some insider viewpoints as to what to look for. And as unfortunate as it may be, the supplement industry is built on deception and flashy marketing. Companies want to trick you into buying their products by making you think you need them, or they simply deliver ineffective underdosed supplements. Now, this is not to say that there aren't any good companies in the industry, because there definitely are. But because there are bad companies, you need to take the time to educate yourself so you know what to look for when purchasing supplements. So in this video, we're going to go over the big picture principles of what to look for when purchasing supplements. First and foremost, you want to look at the ingredients. You want to choose a supplement that has ingredients that have clinical human research backing them. A lot of times an ingredient may have rat or in vitro data supporting it, but that does not mean that those same benefits are going to be seen in humans. There have been times when an ingredient has showed promise in rats or in vitro, but then when that ingredient was studied in humans, those same benefits were not seen. So first and foremost, you want to find a supplement with ingredients that has clinical research in humans backing its use. The second thing to note is a new ingredient does not mean it's an effective ingredient. Companies love using new ingredients and being first to market with those ingredients because they can use hype to sell the supplement. They say this is a new and exciting ingredient that you must use, and oftentimes people will buy it simply because it is new. But new ingredients are often lacking human research, and remember, that's the most important thing. So if you see a new ingredient, before you use it, make sure there's actual human data supporting its use. Don't fall into the trap and the hype of buying a supplement just because it has a new ingredient. Third thing to consider is more ingredients does not necessarily make a better supplement. If you see a huge long supplement facts list with 30 ingredients, sometimes you may think it's beneficial simply because of the sheer amount of ingredients it has. But you want to look for quality ingredients, again, that have human research supporting them. So don't fall victim to the trap of thinking a product is effective simply because it has a ton of ingredients. So once you determine the ingredients you want, the next thing you want to do is look at the dosage those ingredients are delivered in. The dosages that these ingredients should be delivered in should match the dosages used in human studies. So for example, let's say an ingredient was shown to be beneficial at 2,500 milligrams per day. If a supplement only contains 500 milligrams of that ingredient, then it is underdosed. So be sure you want to pay careful attention to the supplement facts and the amount listed on the label, and make sure it matches the amount used in human studies. In order for supplement companies to make claims on these ingredients, they technically should contain the amount of ingredient used in the studies. Unfortunately, that is often not the case. For example, let's say that same supplement was shown to increase bench press repetitions at 2,500 milligrams per day. A company may underdose that ingredient at 500 milligrams per day, but still make those claims about increasing bench press on the product and advertising and marketing documents. So you want to make sure that you are actually paying attention to the dosages used. And this brings up our third point, proprietary blends. A proprietary blend is a grouping of ingredients listing the total amount of all ingredients, but the actual amount of each ingredient is hidden. Now, these blends are listed from ingredients with the highest amount down to the lowest amount, but this is a big no-no and something you want to stay away from. Remember, we are all about human research and human research dosages. And if you do not know the dosage that the supplement contains of the ingredients, then you cannot tell if it's beneficial and effective to use. If a company is using the dosages used in the studies, then they have nothing to hide and have no reason to use a proprietary blend. So if you see a proprietary blend, don't buy the supplement. You don't know how much of each ingredient is in the product, therefore you cannot tell if it is effective and adequately dosed. One thing to look out for too is a servings trick. A lot of times a company will list a product contains 30 to 40 servings, when in reality it only contains 10 to 15 full dose servings. So they may list, again, so use the example of an ingredient that you need 2,500 milligrams for the full daily dose. If it takes 3 scoops or 3 servings of a supplement to get that full daily dosage, that is the actual amount of servings the product has. So don't fall trapped into thinking a product has more servings than it actually has. So now you may see all this and think, how do I know what ingredients are effective and how do I know what dosages to use? There's 2 sites you're going to want to look at. The first is PubMed. With PubMed, you can search ingredients and find actual human studies or studies on those ingredients. And if a supplement has a write-up for their product, oftentimes they'll include references at the bottom of the write-up. These references back the claims they make throughout the write-up. You can take the name of the studies in the references and plug them into PubMed and actually read the studies. So if you're buying supplements and putting them into your body, you should be taking the time to research these ingredients and making sure they're beneficial to use. For those who may not have that much science background or who may be intimidated by doing this, another good site is examine.com. This site is a little more layman term. They have articles on just about every ingredient and break down the studies behind them for you. So again, if you're kind of intimidated by looking up studies yourself and don't think you're going to understand them, I recommend looking at examine.com. The most important thing to remember is you want to take the time to educate yourself. The supplement industry is built around deception and flashy marketing, like most industries. A lot of companies don't have your best interest in mind, and they're simply trying to make money. So you have to take the time to educate yourself. You want to look for ingredients with human studies backing them. And you want those ingredients delivered in the dosages used in the human studies. Do not buy any product that has a proprietary blend because you don't know the dosage of those ingredients. So hopefully this gives you some few viewpoints of what to look for supplements and helps you make good purchases. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you think it would be beneficial for others, share it with your friends. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.